Birth control is not a hobby. Stay out of Hobby Lobby. Birth control is not a hobby. Stay out of Hobby Lobby.
Did anyone happen to bring condoms to hand out to the male employees, since they're the only ones allowed to use contraception, apparently? The Hobby Lobby has no problem providing not only condoms, but Viagra and vasectomies to their male employees. So this is clearly a war on women. And they're trying to say that these 4 forms of contraception are the only ones that they don't provide. And they say they're not providing them because they're abortifacients. The day after this decision, the Supreme Court directed the lower courts to reopen all the cases from all the corporations that objected to providing any form of contraception. Eden Organics is another company that is suing right now to not have to provide contraception.
I'm 73 and I'm here for my grandchildren, but also because I had endometriosis, and had I been able to have treatment as a teenager for it, I wouldn't have had to have, I wouldn't have been sterile, and I wouldn't have had to have a hysterectomy. They start teen girls on a regimen of birth control pills. It will prevent them from having endometriosis.
I support access to birth control for all because parenting is a responsibility, a big responsibility. It is not a hobby, and nobody has the right to make that choice except for the person that has to have the responsibility to be the parent.
We support the workers that are inside Hobby Lobby. We just want them to have comprehensive health care. The other thing is, if you're a person of faith, as I am, they're not mutually exclusive. The idea of reproductive rights and being a person of faith go hand in hand. Family planning. Jesus would want it that way.
Pre-Obamacare, Affordable Care Act, there were no restrictions on what was available to the employees of Hobby Lobby. So this is a very political move, and we can't take it anymore.
As I'm sure many of you all were veterans of winning the decriminalization of abortion rights and making sure that contraception was available, and there was a demand to end forced sterilization. And the way we won that is what you and I are doing today, standing out here, demanding our democratic rights, standing up, saying what we want. I want to thank you all so very much for being here.
I'm a young man, but both men and women need to be out here supporting a woman's right to choose if or when she will become a mother, and if she wants to have birth control. They're about women's enslavement, that women should be bare feet and back in the kitchen and serving a man. And even as a man, I have to say, fuck that, you know? Hell no. We need to stop the war on women.
I would like to introduce Miss Patty, who's going to give a demonstration on how to make an IUD out of pipe cleaners.
Now you can do 2 different kinds of IUDs. This one is the Marina, but you can also do one that's a T-shaped, which is a copper IUD that doesn't have any hormones. Now, Hobby Lobby thinks that a copper IUD without hormones causes abortions. It does not. It reduces the need for abortions by stopping pregnancy.
Show me what a feminist looks like. This is what a feminist looks like. Do we shop at Hobby Lobby? No! So boycott Hobby Lobby. Boycott Hobby Lobby.
And it's a human rights issue, not a woman's issue. As a man, I'm not free if you're not free. And I'll make it even clearer. I was raised Irish Catholic, and I'm opposed to abortion, but I'm pro-choice. I don't have tubes. I'm not a Nazi. I won't tell anyone else what to do with their body. We need to be free. We need to have equal access. We need Planned Parenthood. We need clinics.
I joined the United States Marine Corps out of high school because I wanted to serve my country and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. I am trying to get back in the workforce off of disability, but now I have another complication. I have to worry about what religion the CEO of the company is, because I have my own beliefs. If I go to work for Coca-Cola now, it's possible that Muhtar Kent, their Muslim CEO, could make demands of me as far as what I could eat. Same with Bob Iger, Jewish at Disney. The list goes on and on, from atheists to Scientologists. Don't think that just because you might personally agree with Hobby Lobby that the floodgate isn't open.
This is incredibly disturbing that corporations have been given religious rights. It's frightening, and I'm very worried. My landlord might oppose birth control. What if I have my whore pills on my nightstand? Is he going to be upset by that? I am not going to stand for this. We have to do everything we can to protect the rights of women to control their own bodies. So this is just the beginning of the onslaught against women.
When I first heard about it, I thought, my gosh, this is dumb. Just because of their personal beliefs, they're imposing their opinions on others and forcing women to have certain health care and stuff. Like, that's not cool.
If we ever want to see any of this change, we have to work our butts off and get out in November and re-elect somebody that will get us eventually some new Supreme Court justices and a better Congress.
As a person of faith, I have a little confession to make. I used to shop here, but it is now, and has been for quite a few years now, my sincerely held belief that I will never ever walk through the door of Hobby Lobby again, and I hope you'll join me.
Birth control is an important part of women's medical coverage, and it's a right that we need to maintain. Corporations shouldn't be able to undermine it because it is one of the critical rights that lets women decide what their path is going to be. It lets women decide if they're going to have one child or two children or no children. It lets them decide if they're going to have a child into poverty.
When I was 16, I felt really alone with what I was going through with my health, and I was too afraid to go to my parents, and I was too afraid to go to teachers, and you know who helped me? Planned Parenthood. They helped me find my birth control, and because of that, I took control over my body, and I'm feeling better than ever.
I'm here today for my mom who passed last year. She would have loved to have been here. She's here in spirit, and I remember her watching George Bush sign the new law against late-term abortion, and she said, how come all those guys standing around watching and signing are men? No. We're all the women.
Boycott Hobby Lobby. Show me what a feminist looks like.
These are what feminists look like.
Whose streets?
Our streets.
Whose bodies?
Our bodies.
Freedom of choice, long may it wave.
Women's rights are human rights. Women's rights are human rights.
Not the church, not the state. Women must control their fate.
How do you feel about your boss's hypocrisy when they condemn and do not allow you to have an IUD or the morning after pill, and yet their 401k is invested in the very pharmaceutical device companies that manufacture the IUD and the morning after pill?
I think it's clear in America that corporations only have one God, and that God is money.
Yeah! Fulfillment is paid by the almighty dollar, and in pursuit of that, everything is permissible, including the exploitation of our women, our children, our men, everybody.
If men had babies, this would not be a problem.
Boycott Hobby Lobby! Boycott Hobby Lobby!
We are women, and this is our fight.
We are women, and this is our fight.
Contraception is a human right.
Contraception is a human right.
We are women, and this is our fight.
We are women, and this is our fight.
Contraception is a human right.
Contraception is a human right.
Can I ask you how you feel about Hobby Lobby denying women contraception? What?
They want it for.
What do you think of Hobby Lobby denying women the right to have contraception?
They don't like Marsha going once.
They don't like it, they don't have to work it. What do you think of this decision where Hobby Lobby said will not provide contraception to its women employees? You don't care? Okay, so you think that...
Tickets to see Brad.
Yeah, but that's That's the decision, that they don't want the insurance companies to pay. That's the decision. Under Obamacare, they don't want to have to pay. Obamacare sucks. What do you think of Hobby Lobby's decision? Okay. What do you think of Hobby Lobby's decision?
I really want you to leave me alone.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm here to let everyone in the Burbank area know that when they're shopping for craft, art, party, and hobby supplies, they have options. We've been able to turn about 50% of the people we've encountered away if people have guaranteed, like, hey, you know what, you're right, we actually didn't know what was going on, thank you for informing us. We've been giving out 40% off coupons and then $10 gift cards to a myriad of different competitors, to those who say, you know what, I'm stopping in my tracks, I'm turning around and I'm going elsewhere.
Contraception is a human right.
Contraception is a human right.
We're all people and this is our fight.
We're all people and this is our fight.
Because contraception is a human right.
Contraception is a human right.
All right, that's all I got.